for me, Roy. Ain't right.
Look, we've been over this. I'm being charged now, so whatever you do ain't going to change it. It just means that we're both getting into trouble, that's all.
It's my fault, and you're the one who's going to end up with a police record.
It's my first offence.
So they let you off lightly? Is that what the solicitor said?
I don't know. I'm just going to go see him this morning and he'll probably explain things a bit better to my liking.
Maybe I should come with you.
No.
Well, I could tell him what really happened. Nobody stole anything. I just borrowed the jewellery. This stupid coward had turned up. She'd never known it was gone.
Oh, I wouldn't believe you. It'd just make things worse.
At least let me try.
I don't want you involved, do you understand? Just let me handle it my own way, will you?
You got a visitor?
What do you want?
I heard about what happened. I was concerned.
It's kind here, but I've got to get ready to see my solicitor.
Then perhaps I could talk to you, Kelly.
It's a bad time right now.
I know. That's why I'm here.
I'll leave you to it.
We talked a lot before you got married, Kelly. You even managed to come to church a few times.
Only because you wouldn't have married us any if I hadn't.
I was aware of that. But I had hoped that our chats would have taught you that you and Roy could always come to me in times of trouble.
I'm sure you mean well, but don't see how talking or prayers are going to help.
I have to believe they can, Kelly. It's part of my job. Just asking for a few minutes of your time.
OK, Vicar. Owe you that much.
I'd love to have seen Viv's face when the police raided her. She's always been so self-righteous with us about Andy.
Yeah, well, maybe Viv did get what she deserved, but it's poor Roy I'm worried about. He's never done anything like this before.
Well, that'll come up in court. Jack wrote him a really good character reference. I'm sure they'll just let him off with a fine.
Well, I hope so.
So do I. We promised Ned we'd keep an eye on him. I don't know what we'd do if he got into serious trouble.
Oh, hello, love. Well, we weren't expecting you today.
There was no need, Kathy.
Well, I didn't see any point in sitting around the house moping.
Yeah, but that don't mean you're up to working, love. Not after what you've been through.
Betty, Alice belongs with her mum. It was my decision. Now I've got to learn to live with it.
I want to offer support to everyone in the village, including you.
Don't even know me.
Maybe I know you better than you think. I know that you had a tough childhood, that both your parents are dead, and you've never found it easy to get on with your stepmother. I know that Roy loves you very much, and how important that is to you. I think you can both be happy together. That's why I agreed to allow you to use my church for the wedding. But Roy isn't the only one that loves you.
What do you mean? Who you been talking to?
No one. I just meant that God loves you, Kelly.
Oh, right. Got a funny way of showing it sometimes.
Oh, we all have dark moments in our lives. I think it's God's way of testing us. If we make the right choices, we can come out stronger, better people.
Well, you have to believe that. The way I see it, it's just a mess.
Either way, I'm here to help you and Roy. You only have to ask.
There's nothing you can do. I've got to take the afternoon off to be in court, so I've got to go. See yourself out.
Sorry I can't work today, Lisa.
Hey, don't worry about it, love. I'll be there for you in court, fingers crossed.
Just what character reference?
I meant every word of it. Let's hope it impresses the magistrate.
More likely to as soon as you called yourself Lisa Clegg. I mean, if that beat knows you're working for a dingle, I think it would have been a lot tougher.
Thanks.
No, Roy, you'll be fine. I mean, this is your first offence. I reckon you get a slap on the knuckles and a fine.
Maybe. But if I do get sent down, will you keep my job open for me?
Don't be daft, Roy. You're not going to get sent down.
No, but if I do, will I still have my job to come out to?
Of course you will.
And you look after Kel while I'm gone?
Roy, has your solicitor said something to you?
No. It's just best to prepare for worst, isn't it?
Have you spoke to Kel?
No, I don't want to either. I just don't want to worry her any more than she has to, you know? I'm going to have to go and see my solicitor, so I'll see you later.
Good luck, Roy.
Roy's a good kid, he's no thief. You don't really think he'd get sent down, do you, Mandy?
I don't know, Lisa. Look, I'm going to go and speak to Kel, find out what's going on.
It must have been embarrassing, being raided by the police.
Maybe you should know all about that, shouldn't you? It's happened to you enough times.
Yeah, it's funny how things turn round. There was Ned worrying that Roy was marrying beneath him.
There's nothing wrong with our Kelly.
Still, something must have happened to send him off the rails, eh?
Why don't you take your paper and sling your hook?
Enjoy your day in court.
I wouldn't worry about your mum, he's not worth it.
Oh, he's right, though. Everything seems to go wrong for this family. I never expected Roy to let us down.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not all his fault, eh?
Mr. Glover, you've never offended before. I've got glowing character references from your employer and several prominent people in the village. They clearly don't believe you're a thief, and neither do I. So I must ask you again, why did you take the jewellery?
Because I wanted to show me wife.
I don't think you're telling me the whole story. Perhaps your wife might come up with a better explanation.
I've told you I don't want my wife involved.
If the magistrate chooses to view this case in a certain light, you could be looking at a custodial sentence.
How long?
Well, it depends on the magistrate. Anything from a couple of weeks to 3 months.
I keep going over it in my mind. Everything's gone wrong. If we hadn't row that night, maybe things would have been different.
It's a bit late to change that now.
But it's all my fault, man. I never meant it to turn out like this.
No, you never do.
It just made me so mad cleaning a house that should have been ours. That cow's got so much and we got nothing. It ain't fair.
Kelly, life is like that.
That's why I wanted to trash the place.
And the jewellery?
Oh, you saw it at the wedding. It was beautiful, man. I just wanted to wear it for a while. I would have put it back.
Yeah, it's a shame you didn't.
What am I going to do? I mean, I can't let Roy carry the can for me. Shall I go to the police and tell him the truth?
I don't think that'll do Roy much good. I mean, they've got enough evidence against him as it is. You're just putting your own head on the block.
Yeah, Roy says I should stay out of it.
Well, he probably wants money on the outside.
You think they'll send him down?
Well, Kelly, it could happen.
He'd be all right, wouldn't he? I mean, you've done your time and come through it.
Yeah, but I'm different. I'm a dingle. I can look after myself. Roy's as soft as butter. He ain't going to find it easy.
Oh, yeah? Cheer up, may never happen.
Unfortunately, already has.
Still no news from Chris, then?
Nope.
Must be terrible for you not knowing what's happened to him.
I just wish I could see an end to it.
Well, remember, you've got friends around here, yeah? You know where to find me if you need to talk.
He just seemed to be hanging around the place an awful lot, though, doesn't he?
Well, maybe he's just passing.
What, in the middle of the working day? And the haulage yard's quite a way away from here. And if he was just passing, it's because he was hoping to bump into you. It just happens far too often to be a coincidence. Obviously fancies you.
Back in a bag. Not expected to come home after court then.
No, I just don't want to look too overconfident. Got to do me celebrated knee dance and tell him how sorry I am.
I know what's going on, Roy.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, you do. And I'm grateful for what you do for Kelly. She thinks she's tough, but she wouldn't be able to handle where you're going.
You look after her when I'm gone.
Yeah, you can count on it.
What shall I wear for court?
Well, definitely no short skirts. Something demure, quiet will probably go down well with the magistrates.
Right. What are you two talking about when I came in?
We were just planning a celebration drink for when you come home from court today, weren't we, Roy?
That's right.
And looks like I'll be buying the drinks, because you two will have a fine to pay.
What's wrong now?
I've just had Inspector Spaulding on my mobile. He's supposed to be in charge of this investigation. He should be tracking Chris down, not badgering me.
I feel the same about him. You know the bloke's still hassling me, even though the ransom note proved I was innocent.
How did you know about the ransom note? Did Angie tell you?
Look, I had the right to know. After all, I was in the frame for this.
She shouldn't have told anyone about it. She could have been risking Chris's life if anyone heard that the police were involved.
It was just in the family. No harm done.
Well, that depends. Did you tell anyone?
Don't think so.
Sean, you need to be sure this is important.
Look, I might have mentioned it in the yard. One of the drivers hit some traffic on the Connelton Road early that morning. I said the police might be staking it out.
Which driver?
Liam. He wouldn't have said anything to anyone. He's a good lad.
Here comes Richie. You gonna ask him out again? I don't know. Do you think I should? Definitely. It's just your time.
Oh, I'd have thought any man under 16 available was Tricia's type.
Hi, Richie. I just wanted to say how much I enjoyed myself the other night.
Oh, me too.
I was wondering if we could do it again sometime.
I'd love to, but I can't.
Why not?
Well, I promised I'd give Sarah Sugden computer lessons. It's going to keep me busy all week.
It's no problem. Tricia hasn't got another night off till next Tuesday night, so you can make your date for then.
Great.
Terry, I was hoping I'd find you here. Do you mind if I join you?
Be my guest.
I was wondering what you thought about Liam.
Why'd you ask?
Well, a couple of things don't add up. Perhaps we can talk about it.
Yeah?
We're looking everywhere for you.
I had to talk to Mr. Wadley.
That's what I want to do. Look, I've made up my mind. I'm going to tell him it's my fault.
It's too late. We're going in, Tom.
But I can't let you do this for me.
There's some problem, Mrs. Glover.
No, I bet there is.
My wife's a bit upset. She wants to come in with us, but I just told her she had to go with public gallery. Like.
I'm afraid that's true, Mrs. Glover. If you'd like a few moments together first...
No, honestly, I'll just make things worse. Little family around. I'll look after her.
Yeah, Kelly, come with us.
Can we go? I want to get this over as quickly as possible.
As you wish.
I'm sure it won't be as bad as you think, Kelly. You'll probably just get a fine, or probation or something.
Yeah. We'll be laughing about it with a pint in the Woolpet this evening.
Okay, sorry to have troubled you.
You, still worried about Liam?
I'm trying to check some of his references, but none of these firms seem to exist anymore.
Well, there's nothing suspicious about that. I mean, a lot of haulage companies have gone bust in the last few years.
5 out of 5 seems like more than bad luck to me.
Maybe. What are you doing now?
Work rotas. According to this, Liam was down to work the night shift on October the 14th. And then he booked a day off on the 15th. Did you see him that day?
Can't remember. But if that's what it says down at Rota, then that's probably how it was. Liam's a stickler for his time off.
Problems?
No, I'm just checking some data for an invoice.
Well, Laura will be in later. She usually handles that.
Well, I had a bit of time. Thought I'd help her get ahead.
Very keen. I'll leave you to it.
Dolly, don't you think it's about time that you told someone what this was all about?
I need to be sure first.
Oh, Jack, I just wanted to thank you for the character reference you gave Roy. After some of the things Sarah said, I wasn't expecting it.
You know, I know you and Sarah don't hit it off too well, but that's not going to stop us doing anything we can to help Roy. I'm just here hoping they give him a second chance. I'm sure he won't make the same mistake again.
Be me up in court next.
Still hoping they might drop the charges.
Dream on, kid.
If the worst comes to the worst, you do know I'll stick by you, don't you?
Plan on changing your career, Vicar? Well, you could become the prison chaplain. Could probably do some spiritual guidance.
I'm sure we all could. But I'm hoping justice will be tempered with mercy in Roy's case.
That's not likely. Not with a ghoul on the bench. The ghoul? Sebastian Grange, he's at the Ark. He's one of them beasts that get you flogged if he could.
It's not that bad, surely.
Even my Uncle Zach would be frightened to come up in front of him. There you go. Oh, hiya.
I owe you an apology.
What for?
white lie. It's Tricia. She's a really nice girl, but she's just not my type. So I told her I couldn't see her this week because I was giving you computer lessons.
It's getting to be a habit, me rescuing you from unsuitable women.
Are you annoyed with me?
No, of course not, but I'll hold you to those lessons. I need all the free tuition I can get.
It's a deal.
I better go and collect Alice.
Oh, love, I am sorry.
No, don't be. It's going to take a while to break old habits. Can't get used to being without her.
Oh, I realise it must be very painful for you, love, but time does help to heal, you know. I mean, these days I think of the happiness I had with Wally instead of thinking how it was at the end.
There's a big difference, Betty. Wally's dead and Alice is very much alive. She phoned last night.
Oh, well, that must have been a comfort for you.
It should have been. I could hardly bear to hear her going on about a new life, knowing I wasn't going to be part of it anymore.
Look at Roy, he looks really scared.
So would you be.
Shh!
Roy Glover, you have pleaded guilty to theft and criminal damage. Do you have anything to say before we pass sentence?
Just, I'm very sorry, sir.
I'm glad to hear it. You are a young man who has never offended before. Your employer, Lisa Clegg, states that you are a conscientious and punctual worker. All this might incline us towards leniency, were it not for a more serious aspect of this case. When Miss Curtis employed you and your wife to clean her weekend cottage, she might have expected you to be grateful for the opportunity to earn extra money. But I fear the politics of envy overtook you, something we see all too often in this court. You freely entered into that employment, Mr. Glover, and understood the obligations of it. She therefore entrusted you with the keys to her property, and you used them to steal from her. This is clearly a case of breach of trust. The noble Lord Lane, has stated that in such cases, notwithstanding previous good character, a custodial sentence is appropriate.
No, you can't do that. It weren't his fault.
Mrs. Glover, I must point out that it is within our power to find you in contempt of this court. I therefore suggest you sit down and make no further interruption. Thank you. I want you to understand the reasons for this, Mr. Glover. It is to send a signal to the wider community that our courts will not tolerate this sort of behavior. We sentence you to 28 days youth custody. Take him down.
Thanks. Enjoy it. Could be the last. Relax. Just mean the last one you'll have with me. I'm off tomorrow.
Where?
You know I can't tell you that, Chris. But it's a long way away.
And what happens to me?
When I'm sure I'm in the clear, I'll give Zoe a bell. Tell her where you are. I suppose she'll be straight round with the 7th Cavalry.
And that's it?
If everything goes to plan. Can't say you look too happy about it.
I'm not sure if I believe you. You've given me false hope too many times.
Call it part of your education. From a teacher, you can't always have what you want. Something our dad should have taught you a long time ago. Reckon I taught you some valuable lessons down here. You look at life differently from now on. Knowing that one small twist of fate can take you straight down the road to heaven or hell.
And you? What have you got out of all this?
My family. You and Zoe. A few months ago. You looked at me as if I was the dirt from under your fingernails. Now, you've got to face up to the fact that we've got the same blood going through our veins.
Oh, I've had plenty of time to think about that these last few weeks.
And you're never going to forget it, are you? Whatever happens, that's one truth we've both got to live with.
We're closed.
Ah. I thought you employed staff to do the cleaning up.
I had some time on my hands.
And work is always a good way to hide the hurt. Dorothy, I know we've had our differences, but, I know what it's like to feel lonely.
I'm sure you do.
I know that I'm not particularly well liked in the village, but it doesn't mean to say I don't have any feelings. I've loved and lost, as I say. I still reach out for Dee in the night.
It was your fault she left.
That doesn't make it any easier, does it? You sent Alice away. Now we're both alone.
What do you want, Eric?
To talk sometimes, share a bottle of wine, perhaps.
I really don't think that would do either of us any good.
Sometimes comfort can be found in the most unexpected of places.
I'd rather be on my own, Eric.
Sorry to have troubled you.
You knew it was going down. You knew it too.
It was the way Roy wanted it.
I ain't a child anymore. It's my fault. You should have let me face it.
Kelly, it's no big deal. It's 28 days. And it'll be a fortnight with good behaviour.
Don't make out this is the end of it. Roy did this for our marriage, and we both know why I married him.
Yeah, and I told you not to go through with it, didn't I?
I've lied to him every day since. And now I've put him in jail. How do you think that makes me feel?
Kelly.
Go to hell.
I'm, Roy. Glover. Top bum. Keep your grubby feet off me bed or you're dead. I'll mind where I tread. Who's this then? Boy. Never. What's a tasty bird like that doing with a turnip like you? Let me guess. She likes something at home in case she doesn't pull one night. Kelly's not like that. It's my sense of humour, turnip. You might get used to it. Stand the right side of me, I can help you out in here. I'm Jed. Nixon. Nice to meet you. How long you in for? Just 28 days. Oh, you see, I can help you out already. I'm out before then, and I'll be straight around your place. Sure me and the lads can keep Kelly happy while you're gone.